Hello, TK and Kinder students. It's great to see you. It's Mrs. Bellatash back to talk more about animals. So we talked about there's different types of animals. Animals that have a backbone, animals that don't have a backbone, vertebrates and invertebrates. We talked about that there's mammals and reptiles and fish and birds and amphibians, all kinds of different types of animals. Then we talked about what animals need to survive. Animals need food, animals need water, animals need shelter, and animals need air. So today what we're going to do is we're going to answer this question. How do animals change their environment? So we talked about how animals build shelters, right? We saw some of their shelters. We saw nests and we saw burrows. So we're going to investigate a little bit more about how animals change their environments. And we're going to start by looking at this book, Animal Architects. Here is information about the African weaver bird. The African weaver bird belongs to a family of small birds with rounded conical beaks. Their name comes from their ability to weave beautiful, perfectly shaped nests. The males of many species are brightly colored with red or yellow and black plumage. So boys and girls, what they do is that they take some grass and sticks and they weave these perfectly shaped nests. That is amazing. They really change their environment. And sometimes a whole group of them will live together in a big colony, all of them with their own individual nest, all woven together. Okay, so that's the African weaver bird. Then, butterflies change their environment. And this is a termite. Now, some people don't like termites, but they are amazing at changing their environment. This is a tall termite mound. And boys and girls, look at this. This termite mound is as tall as some of the trees that are around it. And do you know what termites use to build their nests? Their spit, some mud, and even some poop. Some termite poop. Wow. They create all these different tunnels so that there's lots of ventilation inside their termite nest. And they build their termite nest close to some trees and bushes, which is their source of food. Okay. Leafcutter ants change their environment. They build tunnels, and they have all this plants that they bring down there, food. This frog is very clever. This frog, when it wants to mate, when it wants to have a wife, he will build a small little pond right next to a bigger pond. And he just takes the mud and he makes a tiny little nest just for his mate. Oh my goodness, honeybees change their environment all the time, right? They gather nectar from flowers, but then they go back and they build these amazing honeycombs. And the honeycomb is their home, but it is also where they raise their babies and where they make food. Wow. There are so many cool animals that change their environment. So boys and girls, I have a whole bunch of nests that people have given to me over the years. And I want us to take a look at these nests and see how animals change their environment. So this is a very large nest. It was at the top of a palm tree. And this little, you can see this is the bark from one of the palm trees. And the bird took all these fronds, these leaves, and wove them into a safe, cozy little nest. Remember, animals need shelter. This nest is very different. This nest is kind of hard. And boys and girls, oh, look at this. There's an M&M wrapper on the outside of this nest. And it's got all these sticks and twigs, and it's mud. It's kind of stuck together with mud, which makes it very strong and kind of bigger. So this one is made out of palm fronds. This one is made out of sticks and strings and mud. This one, oh, I wonder what this little piece is. It looks like some tissue. This is a little nest, and you can see it's very kind of messy on the outside, and it gets neater and tighter. Oh, look, do you see this? They have some string. What a nice little nest. All the different parts that were brought together to make this little nest, this nice little shelter. Okay, look at this nest. This nest, remember one in the book, it's talked about how one bird took feathers from its breast to make the nest so soft. This one looks really soft. Oh, it's very soft. I can feel it. On the outside, it's a lot of twigs and sticks. But when you get to the inside, the nest is so soft and cozy. Oh, somebody did a good job of making this nest. Okay, let's take a look at this nest. Ooh, this nest is deeper. So maybe it's really good to hide the babies. Oh, look at all the parts of this nest. I see sticks. I see some grass. And then they built this, the birds built this nest in between some twigs in the tree. Oh, I can see the remnants, the remains of an eggshell when the baby bird hatched. Oh, very good. All right, let's take a look at the next one. All right, let me get my... This one is kind of like the other one. It's deeper. Yeah. It's got a lot of string and grasses all woven together and sticking on a tree, on a branch, some branches. Now this nest is interesting because it's kind of two parts, and unfortunately I've had it for a long time and it's starting to break. The outside part is mud and sticks, and then there's an inside part that is woven together and it sits on top, and this part is soft and careful, and the outside part is mud and hard. Here's another nest. This one is a little flatter. You can see the inside of the nest, but it's kind of a flat nest. It's got a lot of feathers in it, and lint, and string, and sticks, and grass. Wow, this bird did a good job of building a nest. Here is a nest that is so small. Boys and girls, look at how tiny this nest is. Look, it's as tiny as my finger. This is a hummingbird's nest. It's very small, but it's very, very soft. It looks like that this bird has gotten some paint chips or something, or maybe just some sticks. Wow, that is a creative builder. And the last nest I have is again a little bigger. I see some string. I see some sticks and some grass, maybe some little hay. It's very soft inside. Boy, birds are really great at building nests and changing their environment. I love this book. I love learning about all of those animals and how they change their environment. Boys and girls, what I want you to do in your animal book, I want you to draw a picture of an animal. It could be an animal that we read about in the book, or it could be about a different animal, an animal that you think about, how does this animal change its environment? Does it use its feet to dig? Does it use its beak to build? What kind of animal would you pick? Draw a picture of that animal, and then I want you to tell me how that animal changes its environment. All right? I'm looking forward to your good work, Cougars. Take care.